The FIA has revealed the first images of the new 2026 car concept. What do we know about it? Dimensions, aerodynamic characteristics, weight, the abandonment of DRS, and the initial negative reactions from the drivers. All this in this video. The FIA has presented the first images of the new generation car and revealed some details of its design. When creating the new regulations, the FIA aimed to reduce the size and weight of the car to make them more maneuverable and increase the amount of on-track battles. As a result, the wheelbase of the new car is reduced from 3,600 millimeters to 3,400 millimeters, and the width is reduced from 2,000 to 1,900 millimeters. The car will retain the 18-inch wheels, but their width will be reduced. The front tires will be reduced by 25 millimeters and the rear tires by 30 millimeters. Additionally, the car will no longer have front wheel arches. The dimensions of the floor have also been reduced, with its maximum width decreasing by 150 millimeters. The floor's design will return to a flat shape, like in the previous generation cars, and the diffuser will be reduced. These changes will decrease the car's downforce by 30% and reduce drag by 55%. These modifications, combined with active aerodynamics, are aimed at reducing the dirty air left behind by the car, making it easier to follow and overtake. Active aerodynamics will include 2 movable elements on the front wing, which will also become narrower, and 3 movable elements on the rear wing, which will have simplified end plates and no lower beam. The DRS system is being cancelled to be replaced by 2 positions of active wings and modified engine modes. There will be 2 aerodynamic modes reported: the standard Z mode with high downforce, which will be used for cornering, and the X mode with reduced downforce and lower drag, which will help increase top speed. The difference between the DRS system and active aerodynamics was explained by FIA's head of aerodynamics, Jason Somerville. The difference between the DRS on the current car and the plans for the 2026 car really comes down to the use around the lap. Typically, DRS is an overtaking aid, and you grant DRS when you're within 1 second of a lead car at specific points. With the 2026 car, we'll be giving the drivers the ability to switch between the high downforce and low drag modes irrespective of any gaps. Then, as you approach the braking zone, you'll switch back to your high downforce mode. This is an active system that's controlled by the driver, although he will get a trigger in the same way that he gets a trigger now to indicate when he can activate the low drag mode. And the system will switch back to high downforce mode either under driver control or via brake pressure. Since DRS will no longer be used, different engine modes will be implemented. This will help achieve an additional power boost and give the driver the opportunity to overtake the car ahead. The logic will be similar to that of DRS. When the driver gets close enough to the car in front, they will be given an extra energy boost for 1 lap, which they can use as they see fit. Although the teams have not yet started working on the new car and are currently focused on the power unit, the first criticism of the new regulations is already emerging. Fernando Alonso has stated that he is skeptical about the goal of making the cars 30 kilograms lighter. I think it is impossible probably to achieve 30 kilos already. If the power unit is 50% electric and you need the batteries to support that, cars will just increase 20 or 30 kilos because of the power unit. And then you want to reduce 30. You need to drop 60 kilos of the current car, which is the same as at the moment, probably to the teams an impossible target. Alex Albon has also expressed his concerns. He is worried about the extremely low speed that the new cars reportedly achieve in the simulator. According to him, the cars currently appear much slower than the present ones, which needs to be addressed, but he is pleased with the direction towards reducing the size of the car. Let's see. I don't want to speak out of turn, but it's going to be very slow, extremely slow. I still think there needs to be some work done. Seeing the speed traces around some of the tracks, it's pretty slow. Lighter cars. I don't think that weight comes for free. It's more just a commitment from the teams to try to get down to that weight. The size of the cars, I think, is the right direction. Obviously, it seems to be that to recover what these new engine regulations are creating, everything becomes extremely complicated. I'd rather just have a bit more simple engines. It is important to understand that these are not the final rules, and as work on the new cars progresses, the regulations may be refined. One reason for this could be the disappointing performance data of the new cars in the simulator. A similar situation occurred when teams complained about the instability of the cars in low downforce mode. Therefore, we should not make hasty conclusions, but wait for the start of the 2026 season, which promises to be exciting, with new cars and a new distribution of power within the field.